Welcome to Cat the Minion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. I'm doing card of the day reading. I'm going to try today to see if my thing uploads better without adding my new intro to it. I don't know if the sound and audio is screwed up because of something in my system, or if it's not processing on YouTube correctly because of like higher usage, or if my free video editor is compressing the webcam video because it's a different format than the other little intro clip. So I'm not adding it today. I'm just see if it makes a difference at all. If not, then it's gonna be like a spaghetti western again, where you'll have trouble understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth. Alright, so I'm doing a card of the day. I'm doing an extended. I'm doing the 3-card Triptych Door format. I'm using my brand new to me Thoth deck and the Valentine Angels. I had an incident this morning. I had a tooth go haywire in February and I had to have it pulled. And I just had another tooth break today and I was freaking the fuck out. This is a very touchy subject for me because of reasons, and I'm sure a lot of people are in a similar boat in terms of dental and health in general in this country. Over here in America, where it's healthcare for the wealthy and fuck you to everybody else. So, that being said, besides the crying and the sleeping and the not eating crunchy stuff anymore, I have been desperately trying to get something going in my throat chakra to try to address this issue, because apparently it's gotten to the point where I'm ignoring an issue enough that it's having physical ramifications, and I've already had enough broken things in my body that I really want to make sure I get the hint before it gets worse. I actually already shuffled and cleared these, so I'm going to get one of these Thoth deck cards for the center, for the through door, and my camera's shaking because I got my foot on the desk. So I'm just considering that it's an issue for me right now. I would suggest that there's probably some other people going through some similar throat chakra issues. It can either be, not standing up for yourself, or continuously being silenced and your spirit railing against it, or waiting for an opportunity to have a conversation and it never comes and you just wait and wait and wait until the conversation that you were going to have festers deep inside you until it starts breaking your face. Sort of extremes, but could also be manifest as like a sore throat or jaw problems or what have you. Just wondering if lisping and dyslexia has to do with the throat chakra. Possibly. Alright, this deck is being very quiet right now. It really apparently enjoys being shuffled, but not so much spitting out cards. Give me a central door for this card of the day spread for the people. The massage. I think if one doesn't fall out pretty soon, I'm gonna have to just grab one. Give it a little bit more. Nope. There, okay. We've got some contenders over here. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Let me see if I can get one of these to drop out. Let me spread them out. Wait a minute. Okay. That one was trying to hide, so it's that one. Okay. Alright. So I've got a card for the bottom of the deck for later. And the central card. Let's get the false door slash directional. You get the blinkers. Those fell right out. Okay. I'm going to have to look that up because I do not know what that word means. Ah. Okay. So we have the Eight of Cups in the center, which in the Thoth deck is called Indolence, which is like laziness and avoidance, according to the interwebs. And I have the Three of Earth inverted, that's Pentacles, and then the Knight of Water over here on the other side. Okay, so the Three of Earth in the upright indicates the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, be a team player. Now, if you're in a state of avoidance and unwillingness and laziness to do something, then you're not really being part of the team. It's like when you get stuck in a group project at school and there's one kid who does fuck all and someone who gets stuck doing most of the work. I was usually the one that got stuck doing most of the work. So we have I just heard slacker. So instead of indolence, that card should say slacker. I'm going to write that on there in parenthetical notation. Alright. In Weird Al's, it's all about the pentiums. One of the lyrics is, what you want to do, want to be hackers, code crackers, slackers, sitting at a desk with a dumb little placard. I love that song. Okay. Waxing your modem, trying to make it go faster. Just about as useless as JPEGs to Helen Keller. Okay. The Knight of Water. Emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals. The need to balance emotions. An invitation to a social event. There is a Linda Ronstadt song on the Cry Like a Rainstorm album. It's called I Keep It Hid. Let me bring up those lyrics. I always forget to type in lyrics. Okay. I'm going to try not to actually sing the lyrics. I've heard that tape so many times. That's right, I said tape. Cassette tape. Okay, so here's the lyrics. Deep down inside, I know I still love him, but he'll never know, 'cause I'll never tell. I'll confide that I'm thinking of him and wishing him well. I can't walk up to say... I can't walk up to him and say to him, baby, what you been doing? I still love you like I did. You know, nothing's really changed here, but being the way I am, I keep it hid. Lately I've seen that look in his eyes that just breaks my heart. He needs me so. To lean on at this moment. Oh, why can't I walk up to that old love of mine and say... And then the chorus repeats. And then the next verse, maybe someday I'll throw off my foolish pride. This ain't so good, watching him die this way, 'cause he's the same guy inside. Okay, and then it goes back into that chorus. So what's happening with these three cards? We have a masculine energy, the Knight, who's usually someone who comes in. He's got a rush of emotions. It's like a swell, like ocean swells, the waves that just go like whoosh and like come in. It's not like a controlled typhoon in the way that the queen or the king would be. They have the water just like swirling around and this mist splashing up and spraying everywhere, but they don't have any fear of it because they know that there's a balance between an emotion rising up, and once it sprays up, it just falls back down again and comes in and out. And they're not concerned about getting wet. The Knight, however, he's got a suit of armor on, and he has to worry about it getting rusty. But he's not thinking about that right now because he's riding that wave. Oh, I just got Casey Jones too. I need that song. Grateful Dead. I don't actually like the Dead that much. They just don't excite me. There's a lot of Deadheads in my high school though, and I'm not even that old. Come on, page load. I want to read these lyrics. Okay. So what I heard about the Knight cresting on the wave here, I know that he's on... Here he's riding a dolphin instead of a horse, which is not the same as a train, but work with me here. Driving that tray... Oh my god. Speaking of the throat chakra. Driving that train high on cocaine, Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Trouble ahead, trouble behind, and you know that notion just crossed my mind. Okay. Trouble with you is the trouble with me. Got two good eyes, but we still don't see. Yeah, I'm not supposed to read all the lyrics. That's why it didn't load right at first. Okay, so what's happening is this Knight, he's kind of like half-cocked on his dolphin here. Just kind of high on... He's like high on the little mountain of love over here, which is actually just a wave. These crests of emotion that come up, and he wants to do something with it. But the issue is that whether he wants to interact with people or not, he is avoiding building anything with other people. The Eight of Cups is normally letting go of something that doesn't serve you anymore. But here, in this deck in particular, it's indolence. It's being a slacker. Like, I might feel something, but I'm just gonna let it roll around in my in my little chest cavity. You know, I'm gonna have like a little, I'm gonna trap my emotional content in this little cube for this beta fish or frog or whatever the fuck it is. And it can stay in there, and it'll die in 2 months, and I don't care. Because otherwise I would have to do all this work. But what's interesting is going on here is that the knight is either a 1 or a 12. And we have 3 and 8 here. That's 11. In the knight 12, that's hanged man energy. That's sitting around, not doing anything, waiting for some kind of inspiration. But even if the knight was a 1, you'd still end up with 12. I could also see this as a 9 and then a root issue. You don't want to act on your feelings, but they keep smacking you in the head. But the root of this problem is not working with other people. Are you afraid they're not going to hold up their end of the bargain? Do you think they're not doing their work good enough? They're not good enough. Their work is shoddy. Or it's a case of, I feel like I want to, but what if I'm not good enough? So if I can't make good in the real world, then I'm going to walk away from any good feelings that I have, because what if it's not worth it? Okay, so let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. So we have the Empress. So we have Archangel Gabriel here. Gabriel is the angel of Annunciation. He is one of those angels who's got, you know, a string of letters after his name, as they would say. So we see the angel of communication saying that if you communicate, you could have some kind of abundance. Lavish abundance, give birth to your dreams, nurture yourself and others. This is decidedly a lack of nurturing. But we have a 3 here in contrast to this other 3. That's a push and pull. It's like a head-to-head conflict. Now here we have the Ace of Cups on the bottom of this deck. I kind of pulled, when I flipped it over, it kind of came out sideways. So I would say that this is in a challenge position. The challenge here is obviously to open up into the feelings. We have this idea of a 1 here competing with this other 1. They're actually kind of together. So we have, technically there could be an 11 here as well. And it's this idea that the problem with what's happening right now is an emotional blockage that has to do with feeling and wanting and really it's like your heart is open, but it's like your solar plexus and your throat chakra are closed, leading to this complete inactivity, and the body is like, you know, I can't do much because the emotions are sandwiched between these 2 roadblocks. So you're stuck here with 3 things not going forward at all. I think that's enough for that Triptych Door reading. So Again, I didn't put my little kitty stepping on the piano keys intro that I made because I'm trying to see if the voice and the visual line up better if I don't. If you want to purchase a reading, I have PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. You can email me, thecatcamebackatcamp@gmail.com, to request the list of available tarot readings. They range from $9 to I think like $170, depending on which one it is. I have art available. I have little chapbook packs with little art pieces and little miniature books with a few poems in them. I have an actual poetry book on Amazon. It's on Kindle, so you can probably still get it right now. I am actually getting an Amazon shipment that I ordered. It wasn't supposed to come until May, so perhaps now, maybe it's only taking a few weeks to get non-essential items, so you might actually be able to go ahead and order my coloring books and or a physical copy of my poetry book Lantern. If not, you can still get that on Kindle. And I'm offering 2 free images from my coloring books for people who need something to do. Those are available via my email. And this whole string of contact points, information, those are all going to be listed in the description box of my infomercial video, which is listed in the description box here and in the little comment that I put to make it easier to get to. And again, if all else fails, you want any prints or merch, or a digital portrait, or a real drawing, there's a small list of real drawings in here. I'm not adding more pages to my catalog until some of those sell, just so that it's not like 800 pages of overwhelming stuff. So those are available. Prints, merch, tarot readings. I think that's it. I have been Cat the Minion, and that's it for today. Yeah, bye.